Oh, hey there. After being repeatedly hospitalized from psychological stress, she's already dead in the world of 1998 due to acute heart failure. She lived in her later years isolated with no one to understand her and is the only survivor from Rokenjima. The media gave her the name Queen of Suspicion. She continued to make reckless expansions of management like Kinzo done in the past, creating enemies. She no longer continued for economic reasons, but did it simply to harass. Oh, isn't that nice? I mean, I kind of knew that, but yeah.
いいっていいって。これからどうするんだ？
まあ適当に。事件関係者やその道の専門家ってやつに何人かアポを入れてるので、そちらを当たるつもり。
そうか。納得のいく答えが見つかるといいな。
Stupid car horns in the background. At that time, the company president Onigi's secretary came in, handing him a memo over his shoulder. He read it and looked between it and my face.
エンジちゃん、旅に出てごらんと言った矢先で申し訳ないんだが、耳に入れといた方がいい情報だ。君、今だいぶヤバいらしいね。
私の金を狙ってる連中ですか？だからお金なんてくだらない。
だからって財産丸ごと売っ払って全額を福祉に寄付しようなんてしたら、エンジェちゃんの財産で川残用してる連中が目ん玉飛び出しちまうよ。
ああ、スマデラの家ですか。あいつら何を偉そうに保護者面して。
There was Onev as president. Who would ever become under the care of the Sumidera family? They probably want to, as Onev had often threatened them in the past. Cut off my arms and legs, throw me in a warehouse, and suck the Ushirimiya family's wealth dry.
スマデラ家の使いがここに来るそうだ。君を引き渡せと。いやいや、保護したいと言ってるな。
Quick, jump off another building.
使いって？
君の叔母だよ。キリエさんの妹さんだ。君のことを妹のように思っていると前に話してたな。
ご冗談。せめて孫と言ってよ、あのババア。
文脈から見るに、君の意思は聞く気がないようだ。地下2階の駐車場に車が待たせてある。行きなさい。
スマデラの家から引き渡せって言われてるんでしょ？いいの？私を行かせて。
エンジェちゃんはきっと将来大物になるよ。この貸しはその時の出世払いってことにしとこう。行きな、早く。
Wow, that's neat. After bowing silently and deeply, Angie left that place at a dash. After watching her leave, the female secretary straightened her glasses and whispered.
スマデラ家からは足止めをしておくように言われていますが、行かせてよろしいのですか？
足止めならしたよ、十分に。それに間に合わないのはスマデラの過失だね。エンジェちゃんには逃げろと言ったし、スマデラにはエンジェちゃんが来てるよと通報したし、捕まっても捕まらなくても双方に恨まれない。
Stupid guy with his horn in the background.
すべからく愛だね。大丈夫、逃げおせるよ。何しろ追ってまくためにビルから飛び降りられる子だからね。
This guy's name. Okanagi looked down again through a crack in the blinds, muttering, "It really would be impossible for me." Angie wasn't a fool herself. She got off the elevator, but that was on the 3rd floor. A taxi in the 2nd level of the basement? That's so polite, I don't like it. It's probably better to refuse for now. But the enemies aren't fools either. They're probably waiting in the 1st floor lobby as well as the underground parking lot. It's such a massive building. Instead of getting anxious and escaping outside, maybe it's better to stay on the inside and wait it out. No, that's useless. If they get their hands on a security room in a modern building like this, I would have nowhere to run to. This entire building is like a massive dead end. 3rd floor is the business floor. A girl like me would clearly stick out. Trying not to stand out any more than I had to, I walked at a quick pace, searching for an emergency exit. It would be perfect if that staircase was an outside staircase. I found the door to the emergency exit. After opening that heavy door, I found the outside staircase I had expected. I bumped into a man who looked like an employee skipping work and smoking a cigarette. After glaring at me, he quickly crushed up his cigarette and went away. It looked like there was no one below. If I'm going to escape, now is my only chance. Just when I thought that, with an incredible squealing of the tires, a black car slid right under me and came to a sudden stop. Judging from the sound of the tires, it felt like they had several other allies, and that one of them had come here to block this path.
かすみおばさん、やるじゃない。非常口から出てくるメイにまで送迎車を送るなんて。
The doors of the car were forcefully opened, and 3 black-suited men jumped out looking up at this emergency staircase. Oh no, our eyes met.
12マルタイ発見。北西側非常階段3階。応援遅れ。エンジェ様、そこを動かれませんように。ご無礼を失礼します。
The 3 of them began to clamber up the emergency exit. They had already announced that they planned to be rough. This is pretty bad. They'd probably been ordered to drag me by the arm if they had to, as long as I was breathing. Their heavy, wild footsteps became a helix and began to rise from the lower floors, getting closer. In the entrance lobby of the building, a woman with 7 black-suited guards behind her advanced at a leisurely pace. Seeing this ostentatious entrance, the security guards for the building ran up to them asking if they had an appointment.
これだから東京人は名乗らせなければ相手の格もわからない。
失礼いたしました。当社ではご来賓の皆様にはフロントにて下がれ、下船が。私はお前たちの社長に呼ばれてきたんだよ。おこのぎ哲郎を呼んでおいで。呼びつけておいて出迎えもないとはね。これだから東京人は。
これは失礼。ようこそ後宮グループへ。妻寺かすみさん。
Let's learn about her. Sumadara Kasumi, daughter of the declining noble family Sumadara, Ushirimiya Kirie's younger sister. She hates her sister Kirie so much that she loathes everything about her. So she also strongly hates Angie. What's up with people taking care of Angie that hate her? I mean, I guess it's money, but still. Well, not for Eva, but, you know. She's the opposite of the free-willing person Kirie once was, and holds her appearance in high regard, possessing a strong ambition for philanthropy. There's several opposing factions in the Sumadara family, and they're constantly engaged in a secret feud over who will control the vast wealth Angie holds. With the secretary behind him, Okonagi dashingly appeared from the elevator. Even though both of them wore bold smiles, they were caught in a tension reminiscent of the smell of gunpowder.
エンジェはどこ？姉さんのかわいい姪を迎えに来たのよ、私は。
後宮グループでは時間厳守がモットーでしてな。時間を守れない人間は契約も守れないってのが先代会長のお言葉でして。
東京まで呼びつけてなんてざまなの？逃がしたわね。
逃げられたと言ってもらいたいですな。これでも随分足止めはしたんです。さすがに蹴取られましてね。妻寺さんが時間通りに来てくれれば問題はなかったのですが、これだから地方人はルーズで困るんです。
今なんと、この私になんと。
You couldn't sense any of Kirie's frankness in Kasumi's face. She wore on her face the arrogance of the ancient Sumadera family towards the ruined Ushirimiya family, as well as pride because she didn't want anyone to notice that her family was declining, so much that they couldn't ignore the Ushirimiya family's wealth. Even at a glance, it was easy to understand why Angie hated everything about her aunt. She couldn't stand even a slight insult, and while she still smiled, her forehead twitched. At that time, the black-suited man behind Kasumi whispered to her,
園児様を発見しました。対応中です。
あら、間に合ってよかった。ありがとうね、お好み。ようやくやんちゃなメイを連れて帰れそうだわ。私、あの子と一緒にゆっくりとお茶室で働いたくて、お道具まで準備して待ってたんだから。
That sounds only slightly torturous. Yeah, not good. As the violent sound drew a helix, it rushed up at me from below, threatening to swallow me up. Of course, even if I fight, there's no way I can win. Even so, I run into the building. It would be like jumping into it. If I run into the building, it'd be like jumping into a dead end of my own accord. The enemies will increase in number with time. If I can't do anything here, I won't have any more chances to escape. Then, 3 muscular black-suited men came into view below me. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. In other words, everyone who had gotten out of the car. If there had been just one of them, I might have been able to drop kick him or something and smash him in the head, which might work out. But it really is impossible with 3 of them. No, 3 is it? If there's just 3, I might be able to make it. I can do it. Why don't you try jumping off another building? That worked pretty well last time.
バカやめろ。危ない。うわー。01より12確保したか。応答されたし。どうした。応答しろ。なんてやつだ。くそ。
Oh, yes, here comes the saxophone. Oh ho, ow. Look, see, that worked out, didn't it? It's just 3 of them. I've already tried that once from a higher place. I knew I could do it just from the 3rd floor. It's a good thing that the car that came in was right beneath me. Even if it wasn't as pleasant as a trampoline, it broke my fall. A little gently, a little roughly.
失礼しちゃうわ。ここまでへこむこともないだろう。
The roof of the car broke my fall, leaving a massive dent around my body. Car roofs are surprisingly delicate. I don't think it's because of my weight. The music's doing weird things. Apparently, the 3 people on the stairs hadn't planned on me jumping down. It seemed that they now realized that they had been outwitted, and they were hurriedly rushing down the stairs. I have to run and escape while I have the chance. I moved my body, making clunking sounds on the car roof. But I had been naive. There was no way they would have all rushed up the stairs without leaving one person behind. There was one black-suited man left in the driver's seat of the car that had broken my fall. He stuck his head out of the window, and when he realized that the thing that had fallen on him was me, he jumped out. In a rush, I jumped off the roof, but the black-suited man's reaction was really fast. Either there was a massive reward for capturing me, or there would be some harsh punishment if they let me get away.
15確保確保。
Oh, darn it.
気安く触らないで離して
I really thought she was gonna make it. I was mercilessly held down against the asphalt. I was being crushed face down, covered and pressed down on from above. It was a hold without a trace of elegance, but it really was illogical and left me no room for resistance. I tried to push back with both hands, searching for a way to resist. But I was being pushed down solidly, and I couldn't even tear myself off the asphalt. Then another car came, squealing its tires as it slid to a sudden stop. Is it all over now? The man that had been crushing me let out a sharp cry. He was yelling right into my ear, making my left ear ring. What in the world? Along with the black suit guy, I fell with a thunk. After landing face up, the first thing I saw was an arm stuck right out in front of my eyes.
天草あんたどうしてここに
その話は巻いてからにしましょう。
Who's this guy?
お嬢、車へ早く。
Amatsu grabbed my arm, easily pulled me up, spinning me around with himself as the center of gravity. just when I thought it was a little like a dance, he flung me through the open door into the driver's seat. I climbed over the handbrake and slid into the passenger seat. Pushing me in, Amaksu also got into the driver's seat. Since I had suddenly taken off while still on all fours, I had to kick and struggle around on the chair for a while, like a turtle that's been flipped over. Amaksu checked the rearview mirror for cars in pursuit, but he flew into the artery of the big city without lowering his speed in the slightest. What the heck's going on? Wow. We sewed our way between cars one after another, just like a chase scene in some action movie. I was shaken by this horrible driving and had trouble sitting back down.
お嬢、お怪我は？
問題ないわ。人間って案外頑丈よ。私、次からは下りのエレベーターを逃したら窓から飛び
お嬢の趣味はエアダイブらしいや。ただ次からは落下傘をつけることをお勧めしますぜ。
飛び降りた後に思い出せたらね。
You should try base jumping. That would be a fun hobby for her, I'm sure. She smacked the steering wheel, coughing. Need an explanation for this flippantly talking man? Yes, please. His name is Amaksu Juza. He was originally one of Aunt Eva's guards, and he seems pretty chill. Former guard of Eva. His guiding principle is of undertaking dangerous jobs for little money and performing with extreme skill. At one point he did work as a guard for Angie, but after repeatedly breaking Eva's strict order not to talk to her, he became disliked in the end and was fired. Angie isn't as dissatisfied as she might seem at having him as a person to talk to. I cannot talk today. This man, who's traveled between the Japan Self-Defense Force, the Foreign Legion, and non-government military companies, has skill in counter-sniping and VIP escorting. I hate escort missions. Didn't Andy start to hate him because he shouted too much? He'd been younger than the rest of the guards, but contrary to his outward flippancy, he had hopped from the 1st Airborne of the Japanese Self-Defense Force to the French Foreign Legion, placing himself in overseas private military companies and high-class security companies one after another, making for a pretty incredible and unique career. But I heard that he had run off from both the JSDF and the French Foreign Legion, and that he'll be arrested if he enters France again. Both of these flippant episodes were very typical of him. The guards were sternly told not to chat with me unnecessarily. But he came and took a pass at me, didn't he? Aunt Eva had particularly disliked that, and had supposedly dismissed him right before she had died.
その軽口が懐かしいわ。クビになった後はどうしてたの？
ブラックウォーターでエクササイズの指導を。休暇で帰国したら小此木社長に高給を提示されました。
で、また脱走？こんな男、何の役に立つのかしら。
来週までに帰りは脱走にはなりませんので。話があったのは昨日です。お嬢が厄介な連中を呼び込むかもしれないと言われまして。
まさにその通りで申し訳ないわね。
お嬢と面識があってドタバタの経験も豊富ってことでご指名が来たんでしょうぜ。
His outfit, he's just like, I don't know.
お嬢のおかげでハッピーな休暇と小遣い
He's
稼ぎにな
got
り
like
そう
he's
で
got a
す。
weird outfit. I like it though.
小此木さんがあんたを私の護衛に雇ったってこと？
お嬢に恩を売りたいんでしょうぜ。首の後お好みの社長にはいろいろと世話になってましてね。いろいろと弱みを握られてんで逆らえんのですわ。
小此木さんの世話になると後々で高くつきそうね。で、あんたは私をどこに連れて行くつもりなの？
どちらへでも週末までは雇われてます。それ以降は別料金で。
1日いくら
5万で手を打ちます。経費は別ですぜ。
軽口を叩かないなら倍払うわ。雇用期間は未定。何週間かになるかも。
そりゃ大変だ。ボスに休暇の延長を電話しないとなりませんぜ。
私 どうしてもあの日のことが調べたいの。
ああ、例の六軒寺の。
そうよ。12年前にあの島で何があったのか、私の手で納得がいくように調べたいの。
そんな昔のことを今さら調べて、今さら新しい発見がありますかね。
そうね。だからこれは私の自己満足のための旅なの。それを終えたらネギでも背負って須磨寺の家に行くわ。かすみおばさん、私にお抹茶をご馳走したいとか言ってたっけ。角材の上に正座させられて石でも抱かされながらのお茶かしら。
そりゃおっかねえや。
That was like an action-packed ride right there. It's crazy.
申し訳ございません。見失いました。仲間と思われる男が一人、脱出を援護。スタンガン所持、運転技術その他から見て、素人ではありません。
Alright, everyone, get ready to get your arms cut off.
そう。ありがとう。
That's what you get for failure.
残念よ、おこのぎ。これがあなたのお返事だということでよろしいかしら。
逃がしたのはあんたのヘマだ。俺の知ったこっちゃないね。
あなたにもぜひ今度お抹茶をご馳走したいわね。京都においでの際にはぜひお立ち寄りなさいな。行くわよ。
あれ、もう帰っちまうのかい。お茶漬けでも食ってけばいいのに。
I'm gonna say that's a no. With her back still facing Okonagi, she laughed lightly, using an increasingly shrill and hateful tone, using that as a substitute for a sharp parting remark. Just as she stopped laughing, her features suddenly changed to look like a demon. But because her back was facing him, Okonagi couldn't see that expression. She sounds like a great person. I'd love to have tea with her. The word translated demon here is actually Hanaya, a type of mask common in Japanese no theater that represents a jealous female demon. Cool. Okonagi watched her go, laughing coolly. His secretary whispered over his shoulder.
よろしいのですか。エンジェお嬢様は我が社の筆頭株主です。須磨寺家が後見人になれば。
知ってな。だがな、うちも天下の後ろ宮だ。舐められてたまるかってんだ。しかしあいつうまく立ち回ってくれたようだな。あとはエンジェちゃんの好きにさせるさ。頼むぜ天草。
霞様、逃走車両はレンタル、提示した免許証は偽装とのこと。明らかにプロです。おそらく車両は放棄するでしょう。追跡は困難です。警察に追わせますか。
そうね。家出娘の捜索願いでも出そうかしら。税金を納めてるんだもの。警察にもたまには役に立ってもらわなきゃ。母上に私にお任せをと啖呵を切ってお屋敷を出てきたんですよ。あなた、私にさらに恥をかかせるおつもり？あんたらまとめてお抹茶を振る舞った方が良さそうね。地下のお茶室は狭いから順番待ちの行列になっちゃうかしら。
I don't know if this sounds like tea to me.
全力で捜索します。
Is tea like code for torture and chopping off your arms and legs?
本当にそっくり。自分勝手で自由奔放なあたりが本当にそっくり。ああ、もう姉さんにしか見えなくなってきたわ。本当に楽しみよ。姉さんの娘をお茶室にお招きできるなんてね。
I don't like this tea thing. This tea thing is making me nervous.
須磨寺家、動きが早かったわね。
I think we're gonna leave it off for here. Honestly, I don't know where a good spot to stop is. I've been looking for one for a bit, but I guess we'll just stop here. That tea thing seems fishy. Everyone's like, no, please, not the tea. Yeah, we'll look more into that next time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Umineko. Bye!